In Sheni, in the second Aliyah in Parshas Balak, Bilam is receiving the emissaries from Balak, the king of Moav, and he finally gets the prestigious emissaries that he was waiting for. They promised him the right amount of money, and he goes back to Hashem and he says, "Listen, I really want to go. How can I go curse Klal Yisrael?" And Hashem comes to Bilam in a dream and says, "You know what? You can go, but lecha, you can go for yourself." Rashi explains, Hashem says, "This is not for me. You know my opinion. I already told you clear cut what to do. Do not go. But if you want to go, go for yourself. But you're only going to be able to say exactly what I tell you, and nothing more." There's a very interesting Gemara. In Masechtas Makos, the Gemara says, the way that a person wants to go, b'derech she'adam reitzin leilech, Hashem meilichen osai. That's the way that Hashem guides you. If we choose to do good, Hashem says, "Great, I'm going to help you. The little few deeds that you chose to do that are good, I'm going to multiply, and you're going to have tremendous success from those little things. You couldn't accomplish a success based on your own activity, but I'm going to multiply it, I'm going to help you." But that goes both ways. Someone decides to do bad, and they say, "You know what? I'm going down the wrong path." Hashem multiplies that as well, and he makes that extra successful. And now the damage that we caused is far greater than we ever wanted to. The damage that we're responsible for is far greater than we ever intended. There was a man who was very wealthy, and he was always getting drunk, and he was doing all the wrong stuff. And his kids said, "You know what? This is not working out, because our father's getting old, he has a lot of money, but he's blowing the whole fortune on nothing. He's getting drunk." So the kids had a plan. They said, "You know what? When he dies, we're going to end up with nothing, because he's blowing all his money." They took the father, and they locked him up in a cave. They said, "Listen, our hands are clean. We didn't actually hurt him. We just isolated him. He's not going to be able to eat or drink. We isolated him for a little bit, and we'll come back in a few days. We'll let nature take its course." Father's sitting in the cave. He doesn't even know what's going on. He's not in his right state. What happens is there's a street near the cave, and there was a wine merchant carrying all kind of wines that were going into the city. And all of a sudden, a large siren goes off in a faraway city. They were just announcing that it was the start of trade. But these merchants didn't know that. They thought there's some kind of military exposition. They get all nervous. They leave their whole cargo of wine right there on the street, and they run off. Father finally wakes up. He's in his cave. Comes out. He's in the middle of nowhere. And right there, sitting in front of him on the street, is an entire cargo of wine. Sitting there enjoying himself. Perfect. This is all he needed anyways. Doesn't know where he is, but he knows what he needs. He has all the wine that he can drink. A few days later, the kids talking to each other. "Yeah, should we go check on Dad? I mean, it's been a few days. Is he alive? Is he dead?" They decide they got to go check on him. They get to the cave, and they cannot believe what they were seeing. Either he was going to be dead, or he was going to be alive. It was option 3. He was sitting there drinking to his heart's content all the wine that he could consume. B'derech she'adam reitzin leilech. The way that a person wants to go, Hashem will guide him that way. Let's make sure we choose the right direction.